I have 3 children, ages 12, 10, and 7. I honestly don't mean to turn this into any therapy session. I love them dearly, but I see the point of your show, Martin. You know, I see the point of your show that despite the love, they can drive you a little nuts, right?
Yes, absolutely. And I think maybe even because of the love, they drive you nuts. Because I guess who is anyone you know who you don't love who can drive you that crazy? I think that the people who can push your buttons most in the world are the people who you love most. You know, who can push them more than your parents or your kids. You know?
Yeah. I understand. I've got this sign right here in front of me. It says "Best Dad Ever." I have it on my desk here, so I use this as a shield to basically say they drive me crazy sometimes. You know?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, I think if we're alive and if we're present with our kids, that's going to happen because everything happens. You know, laughing happens, hugging, kissing. You know, all the loving stuff is going to happen alongside moments where you lose your mind with each other, you know, and they're allowed to lose their mind with you and you with them. You know, that's a part of a three-dimensional family life, really, which is where the show came from. I got sick of the sort of Instagram version of life that is projected, that is also kind of seeps into people's actual conversation now. You know, grown-up adults sort of want to project this thing that, you know, just being a parent is a blessing and a gift, and I feel so blessed and it's amazing and it's just wonderful. It's like, well, yeah, it is absolutely those things. It is a blessing and a gift, and it's also the hardest thing you will ever do if you want to do it well. So that's where it comes from, really. It comes, you know, myself, Simon Blackwell and Chris Addison, the creators of the show, we're all fathers and we all love our children to distraction, of course, but It doesn't mean you don't recognise the other side of it that isn't advertised on Instagram, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I play a poker game every week, or certainly I did pre-pandemic. Now I do it online. And before my firstborn was born, one of my great friends who's a father sits at the table. He goes, "Congratulations, you're going to have your first kid." But they ruin everything. They ruin absolutely everything. Think about just absolutely everything. Television commercials, movies, your own vacations, your sleep periods. And so I'm wondering what your own children think about this show, Breeders, that is, again, hitting season 2 on FX coming on Monday. What do your own kids think about this show?
They love it. I mean, they really, and they not only love it, but they are aware that they are sort of the inspiration for it. So now they're hitting me up for royalties. I think they
want a back-end deal from Dad? Is that what you're saying? Is what you're saying,
Mark? Sort of do. They're 12 and 15, and I think it started as a joke, but I think each time it comes up, they're a bit more serious. Well, no, Dad, this show wouldn't exist without us.
Right.
So was our chunk of the rock, you know. No, they love it. They really like it. I mean, apart from, you know, their mum's an actor, their dad's an actor, so they like watching their parents work, and I think they're very proud of us, which is lovely for me. But they also, of course, recognise, you know, the character I play, Paul, is a father who loves his kids and who occasionally shouts at them, and that's their home life, you know. So they recognise all kinds of things, all kinds of bells are ringing for them each episode of Breeders, with episodes that, you know, the things that happen that are not specifically they might not be from my actual experience, but they will be from either my or one of the writers' experience, because all the writers are parents. So it's all the stuff that, I mean, you mentioned not making this a therapy meeting earlier. You know, our development and, you know, creative sessions in the early days of this show were like fathers' sessions in therapy. Because we were just all admitting the worst things we had done or had happened to us and with us as parents, and, you know, stuff that might be mined for comedy, you know. Because as we know, you know, the flip side of all this stuff of tragedy and trauma is comedy. You know, like, you only have to look at it through a slightly different prism, and you can laugh at it, or at least I hope you can.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.